Whenever you're ready.
Welcome everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Elle McClary, and this is my senior project presentation. So we're going to start off with my essential question. It did change multiple times throughout the process, which is definitely normal. So I ended up with, what are the steps to create and design a sign for the Millis football field? Very similar to Anthony's, I know. Here we have our gorgeous entrance to the football field that I took myself. A little fun fact actually is that the white M's to the side are the first time that you guys are seeing them. Mr. Dickey gave me permission to use them in my slides. So these will be dropping soon, I guess. So here's a little outline of my project. We're going to start with why I chose this project, what I hope to achieve, and my intended plan. And then we're going to end with my new plan, final product, reflections, works cited, and any questions. I got this picture off the Facebook and it's cited in my works cited and a link under. So, why I chose this project. I was lucky enough to be on the girls soccer team this year for my final year. And we went to Medway. And as you know, Medway is kind of like a big rival. They had a ton of fans. And I couldn't understand why Millis never really showed up to games. And then I realized that they had just put in a new sign that said Medway Mustangs. And I thought maybe they had a correlation to lots of attendance between team spirit and, I don't know, a common slogan. And just go over the pictures. Here's our team on the left. In the middle is us advancing through the tournament. My senior night, and then the infamous Guy Day of our senior year, which I thought I would definitely have to put in there. So what I hope to achieve. I really wanted to boost school morale, gain attendance to games, whether it be girls soccer, boys soccer, even track, really anything. As you saw in the first picture, there's really no Millis colors anywhere, no signs, I don't know. I just thought if I was the first person to do it, then maybe years to come, people will try and add on to it. So my intended plan was to create a sign under the scoreboard and attach it under. I had no clue what the slogan was going to be yet. I just knew that I wanted something big and something that everyone was going to see. That did not work. And I will get into why after. So my mentors, I started off with Mr. Smith, who is the second guy on the right. I'm just gonna read a quick blurb that I wrote about him in my mentor. My family friend, Mr. Smith, will be the best person to mentor me through the process. Mr. Smith started his own construction company from the ground up 38 years ago. Furthermore, he's been a part of my family's life for a little over a year. Mr. Smith is a prime example of someone with tenacity and a work ethic that has gained him the respect of his peers. Barely graduating high school, he used his time wisely by social networking and interning under big contractors. Mr. Smith had many connections and employees that helped me through the way. That had to change, and I would definitely get into why. And then my dad, in the top right and in the bottom, he was the perfect mentor for my approved senior project. His design knowledge had given me advice and the help that I needed and definitely pulled me out of my procrastination era. So, COVID. I know everyone's sick and tired of hearing about it. I was too. COVID stopped my progress in my project altogether. It had a back order. The company that we were going to order through weren't going to be able to get us the materials until late June. That wasn't going to work because then we'd have to assemble it, put it up, and it just didn't work for my timeline. So that's when procrastination hit, and as any student, especially seniors, in the middle of January, no one wants to do anything, and I would have done anything rather than think about what's due next. So that's when I went to my dad for help, and I asked him to be my mentor. I really didn't know what I wanted my project to be yet, but I knew that he was going to help me. So he made me go to Barnes & Noble, and as you can see on the left, made me buy a planner and write out what I needed to do, whether that be small steps, just to make it less overwhelming. For example, talk to Mr. Carter, meet with Mr. Dickey, write my paper, do anything really. That was definitely a large part of why I kept going. Next comes end of January, beginning of February, I decided vinyl signs, best way to go. Even research brought me to vinyl signs are cheaper, easier, just better than permanent signs because we can take it down when weather gets bad. So I decided to put it to the left of the entrance of the football field. It's big, everyone walks by there. You don't even have to go to games to see it. Here's my dad and my mom. We went out and we measured in the snow, freezing, I know. We decided on 20 feet by 4.5 feet, which is huge. And I I know that that was going to be a big step, but I was ready. Next came the designing process. On the left, you can see the Varsity Letter Award. I took a picture of this because this was kind of like my inspiration. It has the Millis colors, the maroon, the gray, the white. And then on the right is like a little sign that I kind of had inspiration my freshman year. We kind of did like the shadow project. You can see like the number 12 is behind the letter 12, and I really wanted to like kind of create that. So here is my hand drawn because I didn't know how to do it online. So I started with a gray background and I put the Welcome to the Swamp, which I will get into why I picked Welcome to the Swamp, and the M in the background. And then I noticed that it was pretty bare on the bottom, so I met with Mr. Ardicki and we decided that we wanted to put the state championships of teams on the bottom. So, Welcome to the Swamp has definitely been a slogan that has been used for a while between the student body. I thought that Welcome to the Swamp is a better use for the sign than Small School, Big Family. I was sitting in my math class, and I think it was one of the football boys, I'm pretty sure, walked in with like a white shirt that said Welcome to the Swamp on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do that. And then I just want to show a quick video just to like break up the time and show everyone. This is Miss Harkey's son created this Welcome to the Swamp video. Just so everyone.
Yes, the ones that dress up, modern and act the right. C press C, it's the ones that always type in that BS. Regret, getting all the honeys from the area. You need a safe barrier before you talk trash. You may be loaded with cash, but I don't need a cemetery to bury it. Kids sick with malaria, over there in the town of Dover. We make me come over with the swamp crew, repping a Hova. We messed up, but we always staying sober. Be nice and friendly, taking good advice, and then we make fun of your life while eating rice. You don't look dirty, but you know you got rice, and on top of that, you be human like mice. We all upperclassmen.
Okay, that's just like a little bit of it. And also, just to go back on that, so no one could find the state championship years for some reason. Wikipedia had it, but I wasn't sure. So I decided to go into the gym and look. After talking to my dad and Mr. Ardicki, we decided that we only wanted to include sports that played outside. So track, girls soccer, boys soccer, football, and then boys baseball, and softball. So next came my meetings and designs. I decided to go with a company called Our Town Publishing, which is in Medway, right next to Yamafuji. I decided to go with them because they had made a sign for my sister during COVID, like she graduated, so we made her like a little vinyl sign. So we knew that their work was good. In the bottom right, you can see that I actually asked for a quote from Fast Signs, which Anthony had talked about. They did quote me $600, and so I said no. And Our Town Designing quoted me $320, so I was like, I am definitely gonna go with them. Next came the Gofundme. I just put a little blurb in saying that like I hope to boost morale. I put the total as $350 because I know Gofundme takes a little bit out of your total. Next came what I like to call networking. I sent the link to my grandmother, asking her to please send it to her friends. And I also sent it to a few of my friends, asking if they could post it on their story, which they did, which helped get the word out. And lots of people donated. Next, I took it to the Millis Public Forum, which definitely was not the right decision. I put a very nice little blurb just asking anything would be like perfect. I put the link to it and everything. I got really nice notes. And then it got put on I'm So Millis, which did not end up very well. And I had private messages from women saying that like what I was doing was disgraceful, how I should like go talk to the Welch family because what I'm doing is disgusting. I got public messages telling me to move out of the town because what I was doing is disgraceful. And I talked to my dad, I talked to Mr. Ardicki. Miss Harkey did come in and say something to everyone like you need to calm down, like this isn't that big of a deal. We had all decided that I should just not respond to anything, just delete the app and go on towards it, which is definitely the right decision because this woman actually reached out to me, Amanda Yates, asking me to DM her for her email, which I did because I wanted to keep my options open, although like I did have a company making a sign right now. She had quote me $500, so I decided to stay with the Our Town Publishing, but I just thought that was kind of cool by one post, like got more traction. But I think it took 10 hours and we raised $504. So I decided to just close it off, let it be, take the money in and get ready. So I sat down with Mr. Radicki, and for months and months and months, I begged him for the new M because I literally stalked him. It was really bad. We had come up with a new design, which I had designed with the company. We did Welcome to the Swamp, the state championships, and the new M. Then I finally got the email with the banners all set. Here is what it looks like compared to the digital version, which is very similar. And I did lay out the sign so all the folds in it weren't there anymore. Here's us picking this up, the receipt, the leftover money, which no one knows where it's going yet. Ms. Banyan, on class day, I will be presenting you with the leftover money for my senior project because I've been a part of the sports teams for a while and I've noticed sports usually get all the money. So I think it's time that the arts get some. So here's just us putting this up. We picked a very nice day, and Senior Assassin was the reason why I put it up that Sunday night, because Senior Assassin started Monday, and I couldn't take any chances. So the final product, we did have to move it to the right behind the sand volleyball court, because the fence was coming up on the left side. So definitely go check it out. Here's my works cited. Any questions?